Alright, let's jump right in. Number 1. The freeze response, nature's worst poker face. You know how some people freeze in horror movies instead of running away? Turns out, that's not just bad acting, it's your actual nervous system going, "Let's just die quietly and hope no one notices." The freeze response is one of those ancient survival tools left over from when our biggest threat was becoming lunch. Your nervous system has 3 basic panic buttons: fight, flight, and freeze. And for some reason, when things get really bad, like grizzly bear breath on your neck bad, your body picks the least helpful one: total shutdown. Why? Because freezing used to help. If a predator sees motion, standing completely still might have made you blend into the environment like a very nervous tree. The problem? In modern danger scenarios, like, say, your car hydroplaning or someone following you in a dark parking lot, going full mannequin is not ideal. Your brain basically short-circuits under intense threat. The amygdala takes over, kicks your rational thinking offline and says, "Don't move. Don't speak. Just vibe." Congratulations, you're now prey pretending to be a statue. Helpful in a forest. Useless on the freeway. And if you're thinking, "I'd never do that," guess what? You don't get to choose. It's a reflex, like sneezing, but with more existential dread. Basically, your ancient survival instincts are playing the wrong video game, and you're the glitchy character stuck on pause. Number 2. Gasp reflex, drowning, but make it automatic. Here's a fun fact that's not fun at all. If you fall into cold water, your first reaction might be to inhale, like sharply, while you're underwater. It's called the gasp reflex, and it's your body's idea of helping you survive sudden cold shock. Spoiler, it does the opposite. The second your skin hits icy water, your body freaks out, heart rate spikes, blood pressure shoots up, and your brain hits the panic switch labeled, "Suck in air." Except, there is no air. Only water. Lots of it. It takes less than a second to inhale enough water to knock yourself unconscious. And that's before you even think about trying to swim. This reflex evolved in a time when falling into water meant, maybe you can float until someone with a stick finds you. But nowadays, most people who drown in cold water never had the chance to fight for it, because they gasped and it was over. Your brain thinks it's being helpful. It's not. It's like someone handing you a balloon during a house fire and saying, "Good luck." Cold water plus your respiratory system equals instant betrayal. The only way to beat the gasp reflex? Train for it, or just don't fall into any Arctic lakes. Your choice. Number 3. Tunnel vision, when panic shrinks the world. Your brain's version of zooming in during a crisis is called tunnel vision. Sounds cool, isn't? Let's say you're in danger, like real danger or not. Someone took your parking spot. Danger. Your pupils dilate, your body pumps adrenaline, and your focus narrows down to the perceived threat. You lock in on the danger like a heat-seeking missile. Except now you can't see anything else. Not the exit sign. Not the other car coming from the side. Not your own foot about to trip over a chair. Tunnel vision makes your awareness shrink like your brain's doing the opposite of a panorama shot. And it happens fast. Suddenly, all the helpful background data, like peripheral motion, depth perception, or spatial awareness, is gone. Your brain's gone full sniper mode on a single threat, while everything else goes into the blur zone. It's like playing a video game where the graphics suddenly drop to potato quality except for the boss battle. This might have worked great for spear throwing in the Stone Age. But if you're in a chaotic modern emergency, say, escaping a fire or avoiding a car crash, seeing only one thing is a recipe for disaster. In short, your body's like, "Don't worry, we've focused everything on this tiny dot of danger." And the rest of you is like, "Cool, Guess I'll die in the margins. Number 4. Startle reflex. The panic button with zero chill. You know when someone sneezes too loud and your whole body twitches like you just got tossed? That's your startle reflex. And it's not subtle. The startle reflex is basically your body screaming, "Dio something!" before it knows what's actually happening. It kicks in at loud noises, sudden movements, or unexpected touches. Your muscles tense, your shoulders jerk up, your eyes blink, sometimes all at once, like you're trying to launch yourself out of your own skin. This was useful when danger was sudden and toothy. Snake rustles in the grass? Startle jump away from death. But now? Someone drops a spoon and your whole nervous system says, "Mayday!" The real issue is that this reflex doesn't turn off just because the world changed. In high-risk situations, like a soldier in combat or someone driving on the freeway, a strong startle can literally get you injured. Flinch at the wrong time, overcorrect the wheel, and boom, disaster. And don't even get me started on the overstartle. People, you know who you are. A tap on the shoulder, and they look like they're about to climb the ceiling like a cartoon cat. Basically, your body comes pre-installed with a jump scare feature, and it never updates. Great for cavemen. Terrible for anyone holding a hot cup of coffee. Number 5. The faint at the sight of blood feature. Thanks, evolution. Ever seen someone pass out from a tiny needle or a paper cut? That's not weakness. That's biology doing something deeply weird, and maybe kind of brilliant, or completely useless now. It's called the vasovagal response, and it's one of the strangest leftovers in the human survival playbook. Here's how it works. You see blood or even think about trauma, your heart rate drops, your blood pressure tanks, boom, you're on the floor. At first glance, this sounds like the exact opposite of a helpful reaction. But in ancient times, it might have served a hidden purpose. One theory? Playing dead. If you're injured and bleeding, dropping like a corpse might have convinced a predator that you were already done for, not worth finishing off. Another theory? It slows your bleeding. Lower heart rate, less blood pumping out. Clever. Sort of. In modern times? Not helpful. You're not dodging lions in an ER waiting room. You're just embarrassing yourself during a flu shot. And here's the real kicker. This can be triggered just by thinking about blood. Your brain doesn't wait for the threat to be real. It says, "Oh no, we're going to die," and pulls the emergency brakes on your entire circulatory system. So yeah, next time someone faints at the sight of a paper cut, don't laugh. Their body's just role-playing a 30,000-year-old antelope. Number 6. Yawning when you're nervous. What even is that? Why do we yawn when we're scared, anxious, or overwhelmed? It makes no sense, right? You're about to go on stage, or walk into a job interview, or confront someone, and boom, your body hits you with a giant, slow-motion yawn like you're bored to death. It's not boredom. It's brain cooling. One theory is that yawning is the body's emergency fan system. Your brain, under stress, starts to heat up, especially when you're anxious. So you take in a huge breath, stretch your jaw, increase airflow, and drop your brain's temperature by just a few degrees. Enough to stay sharp, or survive a lion attack, or nail that PowerPoint. The problem? In public, it looks like you're lazy or disrespectful. So not only are you stressed, now you look like a jerk. Double win. Worse yet, yawns are contagious. See someone else yawn, and your mirror neurons fire off like, "Hey, I want to do that too." Even if you're not tired. Even if you're not anxious. Just, monkey see, monkey yawn. So your body thinks it's helping. But really, it's just sabotaging your vibe and confusing everyone around you. Your survival system needs a better PR team. Number 7. Goosebumps, because you're not a bear. You ever get goosebumps when you're cold? Or scared? Or hear a piece of music that hits just right? That's your erector pili muscles doing their thing. Tiny muscles attached to each hair follicle, pulling the hairs upright. But here's the thing, unless you're covered in fur, this does nothing. Back when we were hairy little proto-humans, this reflex made sense. Puffing up your fur when cold meant better insulation. Doing it when scared made you look bigger, like an angry cat fluffing up. Intimidating. Practical. Now, it's just a ghost of an instinct that makes your arms look like a chicken got offended. Even more interesting, you can get goosebumps from emotional experiences. Music, nostalgia, fear, love. Scientists call this frisson, the thrill of emotional chills. Nobody really knows why it happens. Some say it's your brain rewarding you for intense emotional experiences. Others think it's just your ancient nervous system screaming, "Do something important is happening." Either way, you're not scaring off predators or warming up. You're just sitting there with cold bumps, crying to a Pixar movie. Number 8. Why you can't tickle yourself, and it's kind of creepy. Your brain has a built-in filter that kills tickling, when you're the one doing it. Try tickling your own feet, ribs, or neck, nothing. But if someone else does it? Instant chaos. This isn't just weird, it's neuroscience. Your cerebellum, the brain's movement HQ, predicts your own motion. So when you tickle yourself, your brain already knows what's coming. No surprise equals no laughter. No squirming. But when someone else does it, your brain's threat detection system, hello, amygdala again, lights up like a haunted house. It can't predict every movement, so it goes full DEFCON 1. That unpredictability is what makes tickling so unbearable. It's not about the sensation, it's about the lack of control. In fact, scientists have connected ticklishness to the same parts of the brain involved in anxiety, reflexive defense, and even trauma. So yeah, being tickled is kind of like having your body pranked by your own nervous system. Which makes sense. Evolution was weird. And rude. Number 9. Eye contact is a threat, but we forgot that. Eye contact feels powerful, intimate, sometimes even aggressive. But why? Because your brain still thinks staring equals danger. In almost every animal species, direct eye contact is a sign of dominance. Challenge. Predation. Ever locked eyes with a cat too long and suddenly felt like you were in a duel? That's not just you. Even human infants instinctively recognize eye contact as meaningful. It's wired into our survival instincts. But in modern life, things get confusing. Too little eye contact? You're suspicious. Too much? You're threatening. Just the right amount? Social magic. And somehow, your brain is constantly calculating this balance like it's doing math in the background, while also wondering if you have something in your teeth. Some psychologists even call it neural brinkmanship, two brains locking on each other, reading microsignals in milliseconds. When it goes wrong, it feels wrong. Uncanny. Creepy. Animal. Because deep down, a long, hard stare still says one thing. I'm watching you. Decide if that's a threat. Number 10. Why we sleep in the dark, and what happens when we don't. You ever wonder why we have to sleep in the dark? It's not just about comfort. It's about survival, and your brain still thinks the dark is full of monsters. Melatonin, your sleep hormone, is released when your eyes stop detecting blue light. That triggers your body to shut down, recharge, and go into recovery mode. But evolution didn't design that based on science. It designed it based on fear. In ancient times, nighttime was when predators came out. If you didn't sleep in safe, dark places, you probably didn't wake up. Over time, our bodies evolved to associate darkness with shelter, rest, and secrecy. Fast forward to now, and we've invented streetlights, screens, and night shifts. But your brain? Still panics in the light. Bright lights at night equals something's wrong. Melatonin shuts down. Cortisol kicks in. You wake up groggy, wired, and confused. Even worse, exposure to artificial light while you sleep can disrupt immune function, memory consolidation, and even increase your risk of depression. All because your ancient brain can't stop checking for tigers in the glow of your iPad. Basically, your biology still thinks you live in a cave. And it's really bad at city life. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.